we go.
Perfect.
All right. Media's effects on relationships. Honestly,
Hmm.
media has a huge role to play in arguments within relationships based on, appearances, behaviors, etc., etc. Why can't you act more like this?
Hmm.
Why can't you look more like this? Or this is the kind of man I want, this is the kind of woman I want.
Hmm.
Media has made finding relationships extremely shallow and for men misogynistic, for women, yeah, they aim for that high end sugar daddy type vibe.
Hmm. Yeah, they sure do. It gives a false reality and expectations that are unrealistic in some cases. I find that social media, you're absolutely right. It plays a huge role in relationships, but not just that. It can be a make or break in a relationship,
Oh, absolutely.
you know? I can't tell you how many times social media has came through. You know that saying, the algorithm is algorithming? Yeah,
Hmm.
it be algorithming for me.
And then there's a study that's been done that over over 50% of people asked say that their partner spent more time on their phone than paying attention to them.
Ooh, that's bad. And what are
Yeah.
they doing on their phone? Just like social media, like talking to other people, or?
Social media, scrolling through streams, stuff like that. Basically the same thing that we see on a day-to-day basis. I see it every day at work. People on break on their phone.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to get some food.
So real. Me too. I'm like, when I take my breaks, because I work from home, I'm like, all right, time to go to my bed. Lay down.
If I could carry my bed to work with me, I absolutely would. Put it up in the
Right?
supervisor's office, take a nice long nap.
It's the
But our
best.
breaks are so short that I don't have time for that. I have to find a way to make time to eat something real quick, take a couple sips of my Red Bull, go outside, vape for a while. And then by the time I get a couple puffs in, maybe watch one TikTok on break,
Mhm.
go back in.
Oh, wow. Time goes by so fast when you're having fun.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now? Fun. I don't know if fun is the word I'd describe it as, but to each their own.
Oh, the satire.
Indeed.
No, but I'm sorry, were you gonna say something? Go ahead, dear.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you know, I don't know how to place it, but
Hello.
um, hi JD, hi honey, how are ya? Welcome in. Um, but I don't know how to place it, but it's like social media. So we could look at this in many different standpoints when it how it affects relationships. Like obviously we know it's a huge detrimental factor, a make or break type situation for relationships, but it can also create a weird obsession, unhealthy obsession for both of the people in the relationship. It's like she'll obsess over what he's watching, or let's say that they've broken up, she's obsessing over it online, and him too, vice versa. What is she reposting? What is she liking? What is she posting? Who's following her? Who's in her comments? Who's commenting this? It gets really toxic.
It absolutely does. And it's not even just in social media, it's also in Hollywood.
Ooh, do tell.
Movies. Prime example. My entire community hates this movie. 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah, I never really liked it.
50 Shades of Grey, yes, it introduces the idea of the BDSM community, but at the same time, it only shows you a fraction, not even a full. feasible fraction of what the community is actually about. It shows the toys, the fun stuff that everybody associates BDSM with. It makes it out to be this sexualized lifestyle when in reality, not all of it is sexual. A
Yeah.
lot of it is surrender of power to your partner. And 50 Shades of Grey has just demonetized it as abuse. And there's all these women that watched it with their partners. Oh, well, I want something like that, which incorporates the mentality of, oh, well, I could do it. I can act like that. I can do these things. No, because you're rushing into something that takes a long time to research,
Mhm.
practice safely, and understand what the lifestyle is actually about before you go jumping into it.
Mhm.
I did countless hours of research, countless weeks of research before I even remotely started buying anything.
Yeah. It's required in that type of situation. You know what I mean? To know what's going on, to know what you're doing. Um, I mean, it's not something to play around with, and that movie, it really turned off a lot of people. And you're right, it did demon. How do you say? I can't say.
Monetized?
Yes, it just was awful,
It
completely
was.
awful.
Like, sadist, you know me. I'm myself a sadist.
Mhm.
We don't go that intense about it. Like, yes, we enjoy inflicting pain, but there's an extent. We still abide by boundaries set by our partner.
Mhm.
If it goes beyond that limit, that is what the safe word is for. And at that point, it goes into caregiving. Whereas in the movie, it shows no remorse, no sense of care, nothing.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. It was like sign the dotted line or get out of here. It was like whoa.
And in some dynamics, it is like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they got that portion of the fraction correct.
But a lot of the BDSM community actually does not hold contracts. Those of us that do, it's essentially for our own protection on, sadly, women nowadays not understanding how much it could affect our life to claim that we abuse them.
Yeah.
And I've had the argument where, oh, well, it's just a contract that you typed up. It doesn't hold in court, this, that, the other. No, a contract, the definition of a contract is a document in which both parties are signing and understanding the terms of said agreement.
Hmm. That's right.
So if anything ever happened to me and Lexi decides to take me to court and say that I abused her, well, I got the contract right here. These are all the things that she agreed to. These are the things I did, and done. This is, I did not go against what she was okay with.
Yeah.
She cannot claim abuse at that point because she agreed to these treatments, agreed to this behavior, agreed to these terms and regulations.
Yep. That's true. It could even be, and to make it very clear too, it could even be written on a napkin, and that would
Mm-hmm.
still hold some legal binding in the court of law.
Absolutely. It
So
absolutely can. It is as simple as just a agreement that between two parties. That's it. That is what makes it a legal binding contract.
So, with that being said, did you notice like a change once that movie came out? You know, as far as how people perceive the community and how relationships within the community were affected based off of this movie.
As far as how the community was affected,
Hmm.
I saw a lot, and I mean a lot, of people claiming to be dominants when they had not even the slightest clue what they were doing. They
Gotcha.
didn't know any of the safety factors. They didn't know any of the terminology. They didn't understand how to establish punishments for certain behaviors. None of that.
Gotcha. Wow.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi, Anna.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm sorry, you guys pulled an early one on me.
Oh no, you're fine.
No, not early. She actually just showed up on time.
Oh, okay.
So we were just having a conversation now about movies playing effects on relationships, and specifically, and the topic that we were just discussing was in regards to 50 Shades of Grey and how it affected the BDSM community by people claiming dominance or the dominant, how do you say, Ricky, the dominant title,
Yes.
without understanding the true responsibilities behind it, definition, and the proper meaning of it. And that was influenced by 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely agree with that. And I think that's also why you started seeing an increase in, like, I guess, like, people, getting hurt while engaging in these activities because they
Exactly.
never established that communication, because they never educated themselves effectively. They just saw what they saw in the movie and were like, oh, I'm in,
Mhm.
you know?
And that's exactly the point I was making too, is nobody bothered to take the time to do the research. Nobody bothered to take the time to understand the safety behind it. Anytime I get any kind of impact toy, I will hit myself with it before I hit my submissive with it. Why? Because I want to know what it feels like on impact, so I know how much pressure to put behind it.
Exactly. Well, not just that, but it sucks because it puts a whole, like, it gives a community a bad name when things start happening that shouldn't have never happened in the beginning.
Exactly. With
So,
stuff like that, people don't understand just how much responsibility is being put on the person who is being given the title of a dominant, and how much the submissive is actually surrendering to their dominant.
Yep.
Like, yeah, she absolutely has free will. I will never strip her completely of her free will, but it is a part of our agreement that this is how much control you're giving me.
Definitely agree. So sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm just getting my order really quick from Instacart. But
Ooh, food.
so sorry.
no, I agree, and not just that, but it's very difficult because you're basically having to educate people every time that they come into this community, and then they present with things that they've seen in movies and, like, all this crap, and then this is how, like I said, it gives you guys a bad name, and then it just kind of ruins the entire community moving forward, because people
It
come
does.
into the community, yeah, they come into the community with certain expectations from what they've experienced in the past, and it's not ever accurate. So it's like basically having to reestablish that communication, and then find out that all these things were being done incorrectly, and it's just so much more frustration for you guys, and it's like horrible.
And I'll take one scene from the movie as an example, where he gets upset with her and just drags her out over his shoulder. No, that is not the proper way to go about it. Like, yes, if you have an agreement on degradation, it would be something very degrading to experience, but most of us try to keep it low key and, do it as subtly as possible, saying, hey, we're leaving. For example, public gestures. I have very specific gestures that I give, like, okay, strike one, strike two, strike three. Okay, we're leaving now. And Hollywood has just absolutely failed to do any kind of interpretation on that. And a lot of people try to just go based on the movie, and that is dangerous.
Exactly. Not just that, but it also like sets up just a dangerous setting for people who, let's say, are already in the community, and then they meet an individual who has no like 100% knowledge of how people are supposed to act in this community. So
Hmm.
they either try to be the dom and like end up hurting someone,
Mhm.
or like vice versa. And it sucks because it's like, if you had just educated yourself in the right way rather than just what media says, like, you would have understood that this is meant to be pleasurable for everybody rather than just fucking, hurting someone. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was telling Pre too. Is it's it's not all about the sexual aspects of the life. It's a lot more than that. There's a lot more incorporated into it.
Yeah, yeah, no, and that's true. It's a bond, your relationships, and I mean, Ricky knows a lot more than I do about this kind of stuff. But I just find it, as I was listening to both of you speak in regards to it, just amazes me. It really shocks me that we have not enough individual thinkers in this world. It's like, the saying that I heard from my favorite Sadhguru. And his saying was, if you see a man wear blue shorts, well, then the rest of the world, right? Let's say he's taught a influencer, or he has high just influence. He's wearing blue shorts. Well, the rest of the world is going to wear blue shorts with him. He tears his shorts a little bit. Well, now you see other people starting to tear their shorts. It's just people are doing things without thinking, and they don't even understand why they're wearing the shorts. There's not enough critical thinkers in this world. And if there are, they need to be, more spoken up about, or, speak up at least. But I
Nothing
really
but
don't.
another sheep in the barn.
Yeah, don't be another sheep. Speak up, say your piece, or, really start helping people awaken so that they're not so closed minded, blinded, and just follow the lead of something that they watch on a movie and they know nothing about. It's crazy.
In the words of Bruce Lee, if you pour water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you pour it into a vase, it becomes the vase. If you pour it into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Be
Mhm.
water, be ever changing, be adaptive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mold your own fate, mold your own future. Don't just go based on what everybody else sees.
Yes. Now, have there been any instances in your guys' experience where you've found that certain movies, or let's say you're watching a movie with your loved one, with your partner, and as you're watching this movie, you're starting to notice that you're starting to get a little triggered or feel a little triggered by some of the conversations or some of the things that are being done in the movie, outside of 50 Shades of Grey, of course. And when you're done watching the movie, it like brings a different perspective. Or have you noticed it affecting your relationship after seeing such movie?
Magic Mike. And I'm sure most men can attest to that with me. Magic Mike. Where we're expected to look a certain way at that point. And a lot of the comments that are said throughout the movie from our own partners. Oh, why can't you look more like that?
Yeah.
Maybe you should start working out more.
Oh,
Really?
Yes.
that's awful.
For me, it's been
Is it?
I guess being like the person that's like, well, see how they, allow their partner to check their phone, or like see how it's I guess for me it was just the jealousy aspect. Like, see, their people are jealous. Why don't you think that it's okay that I am? And I'm like, okay, let's go into this conversation again. Or it's like a I guess possessive kind of thing. Like, see, that's normal for some people. Like, I just want, it was kind of like I just want to, be here with just you. And I'm like, yeah, but I want other people in my life too,
Right.
Absolutely.
or like an isolation kind of thing, and I'm like, but do you see how this relationship ends up? And it's like, yeah, you know.
Mhm.
Us as a human race, we are very social creatures. We need more than one person in our life in order to sustain our the needed levels of joy and serotonin that our body produces.
It's true.
I will say, probably one of the most common forms of media is like, typically like the Hispanic aspect, like the roles within males and females. Yeah, yeah, and especially the like the differences in roles, I guess. Like, we'll see, why don't you want to start a family, or like, why don't you want to, be home while I, work, and just things like that. And I'm like, because that's not my future. That's not what I went to school for. Like, I'm not just here to serve you and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm here to do what I want to do.
Right.
So I do think that was part of one of the biggest things, and it just it just didn't work out in the end. It was not good.
No. Yeah. It sounded like that person was very controlling over you and probably just wanted
Tried,
to.
but because I was also raised by a very strong, but very independent woman,
Mhm.
constant clash, because you can't, like, when there's two people fighting for that same power, it's not gonna work if one is wanted above the other.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, definite conflict just waiting to happen at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
I've always found it a bit striking, and or it'll catch my attention almost immediately. Like one time, one of my exes, he said to me, he said, why don't you cut your hair a little shorter or something? I can't remember, or dye it this color or do this or whatever. It was something to do with my physical features, that I had the ability to change. And I looked at him and I said, because I don't like short hair or, whatever. And I said, I like long hair. Long hair looks, for me personally, that's just my personal opinion, but I prefer long hair on women. And especially like, just, I don't know, that's just my thing. So he like was like, all right, whatever. And then next thing I knew, that person I ended up finding out was cheating on me with a girl with shorter hair. And I was like, oh, now it makes sense. Now that's why you wanted me to change the color of my hair and to change. That's so weird. I never
A little bit.
understood that.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, right?
But I think also, like, for them to justify the cheating, it was like, well, I asked you to change your hair and you didn't want to, so go ahead and force you.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid that people think that way. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. Needless to say, he's my ex for a reason. Because
Yeah,
I can't deal with stupidity. I just can't. It just,
yeah.
especially when I can't trust you, here I was like, what? That's weird. Like, why would you ask me to do something that I don't even like? Like, if that's what you like and I don't like it, just go be with somebody else. Like, no hard feelings. Bye. Just weird. I
Yeah,
don't understand why people want to torment each other, especially over things that they see online. It's like,
online, on TV, you name it.
these beauty standards that they show, like the Kim Kardashian, like everybody. Have you seen Megan Fox recently? That girl looked just like Kim Kardashian. I thought it was her.
Yeah, yeah.
See, and that's one boat I can't get on board is the Kardashians. I
Me
just
too.
find no appeal whatsoever.
I mean, granted, look, after all the surgeries, Kim looks fabulous. I'll give her that. I mean, she
She
looked a
looks
little
okay.
chunky and, I mean, granted, I'm, I range with my weight. Okay. So I vary somewhere in between like 120 to like 180, somewhere in between here. I fluctuate a lot. And, seeing Kim Kardashian before the surgeries, I was like, dude, she's more attractive and more beautiful this way. And then she got all these surgeries, and I was like, damn, she really precised her. Is that a chin filler? What the hell is that? Like, like, oh my, it's like night and day, night and day.
See, and that's another thing. The media puts all these celebrities out there with all these modifications to themselves, all these surgeries, all these whatever you want to call them. That build a whole new standard on society on what men and women should look like.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. People want to be like these celebrities. Don't be like the celebrities. Be
Right.
yourself.
That's how they got in that position.
Yeah, celebrities, they have money and everything. They have all these movies or music that they're coming out with. But at the same time, is it because of their looks? Okay, acting, maybe. But at the same time, it's also because they have the talent behind what they're doing specifically in Hollywood. Just changing your looks to look like these celebrities is not going to guarantee you a better future.
I'm sorry, but I'm laughing because Kim Kardashian has no talent. She became famous for her video with Ray
She
J.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Leak
And-
her video. Leak her video. Hurry up.
I can't with you.
And I'm sorry, but
I will say,
Kardashian fans, more power to you, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either.
yeah, I will say, look, even bringing it down further than the main celebrities. Okay, so you see like these TikTok couples, right?
Mhm.
And they seem like there's some families that, oh my God, they seem like amazing. The husband does this, the wife does that. And it's like you start having these expectations for your partner based on like the fact that a TikTok husband could do this, right?
The
Or
comment section is great on videos like that. Like, if
Exactly.
my next relationship isn't like this, then I don't want it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then you start putting these standards on your partner, and it's obviously unrealistic because yes, some things can be done and some things can be changed, but at the end of the day, like I'm pretty sure that these couples don't act that way with their partner for sure.
I'll
But-
use the cop husband with his wife at home as an example on TikTok.
Okay.
The ones that constantly prank each other with the balloons filled with soap water, popping them with Nerf guns right above each other as they're walking into the room, or scaring the crap out of each other with confetti gun or those
Yes.
little
Yes.
That's like sadistic, in
powder
my
bombs
opinion.
and whatnot. No, they do it to each other. Like, they have a blast doing it. But if somebody expects that out of a relationship with me, think again, because I am not doing all that cleaning. If they want to do that cleaning, more to them. But I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
To clean that much soap water off furniture, off the that ain't for me.
Yeah, but it doesn't even look like soap water. It looks like paste. It's crazy.
It's soap water or shaving cream mixed with water. One
Is
of the
it?
two.
Okay.
No,
I was
I'm not
wondering
doing all
what
that.
was. Yeah, so then you have these couples that do this, right? And then you're expecting your husband, your wife, whoever, you're expecting them to do this, and then when they don't, it starts creating these like sense of like unfulfillment, and then you just have all these people that are left like being unhappy with their partner, and for what, you know? So it's just really insane how media has created these standards.
Leviathan Network.
They've created these standards that a lot of people cannot live up to.
Did you guys hear about that one TikTok star that killed? I can say killed. I was about to say unalived. Damn TikTok. Can they include that in the ban sensitive speech? No, but this TikTok star, he killed his girlfriend because she was cheating or just had another male friend here in San Diego. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but they were like big TikTok stars, I guess, and they made a lot of their money off of TikTok.
Mhm.
They were huge influencers. Ricky is nodding his head. He knows what I'm
Mhm.
talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he killed her. And I was watching some parts of the trial. He's like, his name's like Abu something.
Yeah.
I don't know. And he was basically cheating on her and constantly looking up escorts. And then he would get pissed off when she would go have friends with other men. It was just so toxic, but yet their videos that they showed of them making together was so fake. Like, oh, we're so happy. Like, oh my God, we're pranking and we're like having such fun and we love each other so much. And like goals, like y'all really hated each other, and he absolutely hated you to the point where he killed you and your Sancho.
Mhm.
Like, not, and that's what I have to remind people too, is like not
Media
everything
can
that you
be
see.
misleading.
Yes, very much so. You know, not everything that you see online is reality at all by any means.
Oh, absolutely not.
You know, it's all fake. You can't rely on it as a perception that, oh, my reality should be like this. My reality, it's a great way to look at, like, let's say something positive, right? Or you think, oh, I like that. But you got to do your research and you got to really see how can that be realistic for you, and what does that really look like in real life.
Exactly.
See, my opinion, you want to copy something off videos you see online, wear a sign around your neck that says, having a hard day, need a hug? Free hugs. There you go. Some people need that throughout their day, make their day a little better.
My favorite is putting kick me signs on people I don't like.
What are we, 12?
Hey, I could pretend.
There's two sides.
I'm
of
not
the
gonna lie, I do that to
spectrum.
my coworkers.
Sorry, Anna, what were you saying, honey?
That I said that there's two sides to the spectrum. One person giving free hugs and the other person putting kick me signs. So yeah.
I think we've established it's toxica.
Oh, me? Never.
I will say though, also with social media, as just even an individual, it's really difficult because it causes obviously like the body image and stuff. But also when you see people like your age or even, younger doing things that, you probably hoped for yourself and didn't get to do, it creates that sense of like, wow, like I could have really been this person or this, and it causes that depression or like sense of unfulfillment. But then the factors aren't the same. Like this person could have had help with, taking care of their kids while they went to school, or their parents paid for this, and it's like nothing is ever the same. So like these standards that social media has put, they're not real.
They're
And
not.
we spend so much time trying to be part of these standards that it's like chasing something that you're never gonna catch. You know what I mean?
And then here's another example of media's effects on relationships specifically. The 4B movement, or whatever it's called. I think it's the 4B movement.
Mm-hmm.
All these women that were in happy relationships, all of a sudden leaving their boyfriends, leaving their husbands. And for what? Like, yeah, I understand that the political roles in this country are not going how you would hope they go, but what good is leaving your boyfriends, leaving your husbands that care about you over this motion that everybody else is doing? Again, following the crowd, being a sheep.
Yep.
You want to make a difference doing that? Okay, cool. Understandable for the people who are not in happy relationships. But for the people that are in happy relationships, why are you going to leave that? All you're doing is creating another man who's going to feel heartbroken and just not want a relationship again.
Yeah.
That's true, sadly. Stay single, y'all.
Also, just a little side note, this live is not in any way endorsed or sponsored by Red Bull. I'm just thirsty.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Or it's
Wrong drink.
Oh. What
I
were you
needed
gonna
some
say?
wings.
I said or Instacart.
Oh yes.
Or
the
Instacart.
I love Instacart. It has influenced me in many positive ways. Just kidding.
I love DoorDash. They brought me tacos.
Ooh, yes. Love it. Oh, tacos.
They were some expensive tacos.
For sure.
Yeah, DoorDash is a little too out of my price range, not gonna lie.
Oh no, the restaurant in general, their prices on tacos.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. $4 a taco?
Oh.
Did you get like tacos or like the crunchy shell shit?
Taco tacos.
Okay. Just checking.
Taco tacos. I don't do that Taco Bell kind of tacos.
He's like, I don't mess with any of that other crunchy crap.
No, absolutely not. You know what my mother would say if she knew I was eating stuff like Taco Bell?
She would probably have a heart attack. Mijo, didn't I tell you?
She'd also
Si querías tacos, me hubieras llamado.
But she'd also probably be mad at you for ordering tacos online when you can make them yourself, right?
Big facts.
That
Big facts.
is so true, Anna.
Look, I
Oh.
am not a very big people person to go
Yeah.
out grocery shopping.
Hey, no judgment because I literally got pizza. So
All right then.
I'm making my own food.
Today's an amethyst, and you're being very ruby. You need to calm down, meditate, realign your chakras.
I just did that.
No, but she's saying that she's cooking her own food, but she got groceries delivered, so it doesn't count.
There we go. I fit
Does
in.
it though? Does it though? Does it count?
To be fair, the main okay, look, I got chicken breast delivered. I got some smoothie stuff, protein powder, collagen, and some vitamins delivered to me.
Let me get some of that protein powder.
Let me see here. I got a shit ton. I asked for a small one. They gave me the big canister.
I need to order myself some more.
And I also
I haven't
ordered
had
my
that
cat
protein in
food.
a while.
Oh, by the way, I always say this to my exes, right? When it comes to social media, and I always tell them, when I was in a relationship with them, I said, if you think you can get away with lying to me, you better think again. And they're like, whatever, Pre. And I'm like, no, I'm being so dead ass. Every lie that you tell, everything that you hide from me, I will find it. I don't care if it's a month, a week, a day, an hour, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. It will come out.
Look, I will give women this much. Y'all better than the FBI when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Give
Look,
you a phone, give you a name on social media, and you guys are on it. You will find where they were born, what school they went to in a matter of minutes, where it would take the FBI a week.
Oh,
That's
you
true.
have no idea.
Yeah. Yep. It's so true. It's so true. We definitely will. We have the heart and the passion for it.
Me and Pri are like,
Bang, bang. I've been known to do that too.
Yeah, that's true, Ricky. Me and you. No, but seriously, I mean, I tell them that, and and that's why I say social media can either be a make or break in many different aspects.
Hello.
But more so, being because of the fact that look, you're hiding something. You say you went out to your friends, or you went here, or you went there. Hey, Scarlett. Okay, well, let's see who was really with you. Let's see what you were really doing, because you're not posted there.
The internet don't lie.
The internet and these photos do not lie, sir.
Internet don't forget.
Hmm. And the best part about it is that when people get caught up in those types of situations, well, why were you looking for it? Sir, I was scrolling on the FYP.
All it takes. That's all it takes.
And that's why I said the algorithm be algorithming for me.
Facts.
Not
Mhm.
just that, but also like the fact that although some girls are, not there for the right reasons, a lot of girls will team up together and be like, "Hey, by the way, I saw your man," and then they'll like send shit,
Mm-hmm.
or like it comes out one way or another. So like, why even go down that road if you're not happy? Just fucking leave,
Yeah. Girl, let me tell you, I wish I wish a female would send me a photo of my ex when I was in a relationship with him and be like, your man out of pocket. The fuck is going on? Call him or something. I wish a bitch would did. Because let me tell you, every bitch that knew was trying to fuck him. So
Yeah.
they didn't tell me shit. In fact, they even went as far as, oh yeah, let's hang out. No, don't worry, I didn't post anything. Bitches.
Ash.
Knowing about me too.
Yeah.
See, and that's another thing is
Sorry.
if a man posts online somewhere that they're going through a rough time, they're going through a breakup, whatever, we're commonly told, oh, well, I'm sorry, or get over it.
Yeah.
A woman, all they had to do is post a picture of themselves and say, going through a rough breakup, time to do me, whatever. Immediately, DMs are flooded.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Double standard.
Yeah.
Double standard.
Sadly, it is. I mean, I don't know. For me, my ex is the female in this situation because I feel like I said, nobody's approached me ever, not once. Nobody's ever came to me, not once, ever. They all knew and they all just stayed quiet. And I have never experienced more problematic people in my life than having that fucker in my life, my ex.
Yep.
I mean,
She
the
found
type
me.
of women, no, not you, but because you don't do anything like that. Nothing.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. You
He's
said
a
nobody approaches you. She found me.
oh. Oh no, I mean like nobody approaches, like no female approaches me telling me about things about my ex, or anything like that.
I wish
Yeah.
somebody would have told me stuff like that when I was going through the whole everything with my ex-wife.
Yeah.
I worked with a bunch of people who knew what she was up to. Not one of them bothered to tell me anything.
You see, that's a problem.
But I will say that it's kind of difficult because it's like, how do you tell, someone that is like, I guess, and I'm saying this in air quotes, how do you tell someone that's happily married that their partner is cheating on them and you like potentially can ruin a whole marriage?
But are they really happy, and are you really ruining it because all you're doing is saying what he's doing or what she's doing
Mm-hmm.
because it's already ruined. You're
At
not
that point,
ruining
you're
that.
just putting it out in the open.
Yeah.
It's already ruined from the second they decide to do what they're doing.
They're
It's
bringing
already ruined. It's
yeah.
already down the drain, in the trash,
Yep.
outside burning.
And I was going to say, they're already involving other people by making other people aware of their wrongdoing. At this point, they just don't give a fuck. They're asking to get caught.
Yeah. Scarlett says, my ex used to tell me about girls who would hit on him and ask for sex while he was going out Uber driving.
First of all, that don't happen. Sorry. I was an Uber driver years ago. That shit does not happen.
Dear Penthouse Forum.
Oh my God. Oh, that means he was trying to fuck everybody that was getting in his Uber car.
Free my
sorry.
TikTok page. You've seen my comment section.
Mm-hmm.
I just ignore that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're drooling.
Bad.
Oh, look who's talking, ma'am.
True.
What? What?
What? Exactly.
Oh, you mean me?
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Oh, you
Lord.
mean me? Yes, you.
I'm like, what did I do now? Oh, Lord. Well, I just can't help it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, that's awful. That's awful. Scarlett said, haha, legit. I'm so sorry that it's so weird because it's like he had such a guilty Scarlett's ex-husband, he had such a guilty conscience of what it is that he was doing that he had to start speaking on it, but in a lie. Insane.
Yeah, I don't see that happening while door dashing.
Right? Or Uber driving, or I mean, okay, look, I've had one experience and I will admit to this, but it happened one time when I now listen, hear me.
Que carajo.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, so this is what happened. I was doing my Uber late at night. While I was doing like Uber and Lyft, I would switch between the two depending on if there was a surge at the time. I don't know if they still do this. Again, this is like
They do.
years ago. Oh, okay. And so on this time specifically, I decided that I was going to go ahead and start driving around like in between 5 and 7 p.m., which is basically like in the residential areas so that I could take people out to go drinking, like from a certain city here in San Diego further up, to the party cities. So I was like, okay, I'll take you to go to the bars and get drunk, but I'm not picking you up from the bars, nor am I driving drunk people. You feel me? So this guy, he was getting picked up, and then he's like, hey, can you pick up my friends? And I said, sure, just add it in the Uber. Boom, added it in the Uber. Okay, we go pick up his two friends. They're all chatting. Hey, do you have an aux cord? Yeah, we're vibing. I drive him all the way up to Pacific Beach. Just that alone from the area that I picked him up in was already going to cost him like $75. So just because of how far it was, and it's like almost an hour away, less than, but close to an hour. Long story short, we get there after picking up his friends. And when we get there, his friends are like, hey, come drink with us. Come have a bar. Like, are you driving after this? Do you have another ride? And I said, I would, but I can't. And then at the time, my ex was calling me and calling me and calling me. And he's like, what are you doing? Are you done? Because I said I was going to be done by a certain time. And they were my last ride. And they were like, come drink with us. Come with us. And I was like, fuck, I want to, but like, I can't. And then I got this fucker calling me. So then I was like, sorry, guys, I can't. And they're like, come on. And I was like, maybe next time. They're like, all right, well, you know where we're going to be at. And it was somewhere in PB. And I was like, all right, but I never went back. But I will say they tipped me like $100 tip. And so I made like $200 that night and I was done.
Nice.
Yeah. I was like, they got money. They're being responsible, taking an Uber. I should have gone.
Drink responsibly.
Yes, please drink responsibly and do not drive and drink. Drink and drive. Do not do that.
No plan. Don't go.
Yeah. Call an Uber or have a DD that does not drink.
Call an Uber. Hopefully get pre.
I guarantee you that Uber, that Lyft is going to be a lot cheaper than getting your license back.
Yeah. That is a mother effing fact. Lord. The pain. Yeah. Anywho.
So I do have a question though.
Yeah.
So in your guys' experience, do you feel like the consumption of your partner, like potential, I guess, future, not you, future Ricky, but past, all these other people, do you feel like their consumption of media has led to the issues that you guys had?
Yeah.
For me, I feel like social media has definitely created a lot of issues for sure. Like sorry, I'm cutting foil. So for me, social media has absolutely been a huge issue in my relationships. Just me being on TikTok was a relationship. Me being on Instagram was a issue in my relationship. His bitches being on Instagram and finding my Instagram because I didn't know who these bitches were, but obviously I mentioned earlier they knew who I was. Them reaching out to me on Instagram, them finding me on TikTok, them making posts about me on TikTok. I mean, the list goes on. Social media has been fucking horrible to me with this kind of
My
shit.
stalker.
Yes, yes, our stalkers, especially Ricky's stalkers. Now, I've had 2 stalkers in real life that don't even fucking know me, like stalk the shit out of me just over my baby daddy.
Wow.
And then mine, who actually knew me, went as far as pushing me to the point where I needed to get a whole protection order, a restraining order on her.
Yep.
Which I guess she's already had so many filed on her that the judge didn't hesitate. Said, well, she's got all these on her, so she must be crazy. Here you go.
Terrible. Oh my gosh.
Awful.
And yeah, she absolutely wreaked havoc on my social media, on Pre's social media, on anybody who was associated with me social media.
Yes, it was weird.
That's insane.
I had to
Wow.
block her. And
I
then,
had to block all 5 of her freaking Facebook accounts.
yeah, our lives kept getting reported over and over and over from her because she kept going in our lives and reporting us.
Yeah, it was getting ridiculous.
How long ago was that?
Like 2 years ago?
Yeah, I was going to say like 2 years ago.
No way.
Kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
fairly recent, but like, yeah, 2 years ago.
It feels recent, doesn't it?
It feels like it just happened like the end of last year or the beginning of this year.
It was bad. It was bad.
I'm still traumatized.
You?
Yes, me.
She had my whole
about me,
address.
Ricky. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
She had my whole address.
Yeah, she
She'd
did.
have gotten to me a lot sooner than she would have gotten to you.
Oh,
Probably
you know
had
what?
these too.
You know what she used to do too? She used to like come in the lives, like nobody liked her. We all thought she was kind of weird at first, and then
Oh,
she
that's
would
the
like,
other stuff.
yeah, yes, oh yes, yes, and she would come in the lives, and she would like, she would fucking, what was it? Send Ricky like these big gifts and nice ones too. They were like dirty. And then she would message, oh, I sent Ricky this, I sent Ricky that, and all this, that, and the third. And I was like, dang girl,
I
like
didn't ask for any of it.
yes. And then I asked her one time when me and her were on the phone chit-chatting, and I asked her, I said, hey, what do you do for work? And she's like, I forgot what she said, but she was
She
like
sells
working at
shoes.
she worked at a retail store. And I was like, girl, don't you need, she's like, yeah, and I can't pay my bills. Da, da, da. I was like, bitch, why are you spending money on, I'm sorry, I love Ricky, but why are you spending money on Ricky when you can't even pay your own shit?
Uh-huh.
Like, the fuck? That's wrong, girl. You crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What is
And
wrong
see,
with you?
in her mind, it then becomes your problem why she can't pay her things because
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. That goes
Yes.
back to the whole gender double standard is it's her choice to make, but it
Exactly.
become my fault.
She threw it in his face that she couldn't make those payments later.
Wow.
When I flat out told her, I don't need these gifts. I don't need you to get me anything. I work a full-time job. I get paid more at my full-time job.
Yeah.
I can buy my own things. That's where it
See,
becomes a struggle for Lexi to get me any gifts because 9 out of 10 times if I want something, I'll buy it myself.
Yeah.
See, and in that case, it's like the justification of her acting crazy is like, well, I gave you like what you can't reciprocate, and it's like, fuck no. So,
See, and
wow.
that's just it. That's the biggest thing too, is she was expecting me to reciprocate this kind of
Yeah.
affection to her just through gifts. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
If you want any kind of reciprocation, first of all, you gotta be the type of person I'm after.
Yeah.
And your behavior alone, I'm good. I don't need it.
Psycho.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ricky's put me through a lot. No.
Ma'am.
You're being really ruby right now.
I'm just kidding. I love you. I'm just kidding.
I didn't ask for this kind of hostility.
Today's the
No.
day. I'm giving it. Mercury's out of retrograde and I'm feeling feisty.
Rude. Rude. No, but yeah, all this was caused by social media. All of it. Could have easily avoided all of it were it not for social media, because I would have never met any of them. Then again, I would have never met Pri if it wasn't for social media.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there's some
Or you.
benefits to it.
Oh. Well, not just that, but honestly, social media does have its issues and stuff, and it's sometimes more bad than good, but a lot comes from it. And yeah, exactly. Friendships is, something that I don't even think a lot of people could even imagine.
I think.
Anyways, going back to the topic, I definitely agree that social media has a huge and horrible effect on relationships just in its entirety, not just social media, but as Ricky pointed out earlier, movies as well. Just the online presence itself. I feel like the whole internet should be cleansed with some sage.
If only that was possible.
Yeah.
Another perfect example of movies would be the ever so famous 365 Days.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've seen that one.
Me either. Sorry.
Very
Ricky.
sexualized movie. Very sexualized movie.
Oh, yes. Okay, I know which one.
But yeah, a lot of women wanting that life, wanting somebody to kidnap them and force them into a relationship.
Yeah. Not just that, but I will
unhealthy.
I will say that also the presence that people have on social media also changes them as a person in real life, if that makes sense. Like, you have all these people acting the way that they act on social media, and it's like, okay, so you're just a shit person overall? Like, seriously? It's just insane to me. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've never seen that movie, but women like that do exist. Like,
what is it called? Stockholm Syndrome or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very disturbing. Where they dream about getting kidnapped. They dream about they want to get, the R word. They literally will put themselves in the worst possible positions ever.
There's a king for that.
Huh?
There's a king for that.
Yes, they'll like go out and like, just so that they can be attacked and all that. It's
absolutely. I don't understand that one. I'm not here to king shame, to each their own, but I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely understand why, not even why. I don't even understand, but I understand what you're saying, Ricky. I just don't get why certain people, how they get off on that. To me, it screams like huge inner child disconnection and serious healing.
Something. It's something out of this world. No, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because it's still kind of festering in me. during live broadcasts and everything, I don't care if I'm disrespected. Do not disrespect my co-host, and do not disrespect any of our guests that we personally know.
Yeah.
That will immediately trigger me, and you will get kicked from the channel. Period.
What did he say? What did he say?
Oh, I'll talk to you about it after the stream, just so it's less to edit out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but yeah, those specific kinks, I will never understand it. I will never pretend I understand it, nor do I care to understand it. To each their own.
Yeah.
I just feel like at that point there is a lot of regressed memories and a lot of past trauma that the mind just doesn't know how to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I'm
But-
really curious and I can't stop thinking about it. Sorry.
All right, but I do think this is a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Very good.
New viewers,
Thank-
feel free to like, subscribe, stay
Well,
tuned.
thank you guys
I
for
will
having me
not
on.
be live next week due to the holidays. Of course, you're always welcome up here.
As
Bye,
always,
guys.
Anna, it was a pleasure. Thank you both for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Love you guys so muchos.
Bye.
Love.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.